Hey guys, Storm here with another Unity 2D top-down RPG tutorial. In today's episode, it should be a short episode. We're gonna start adding villages, so we can actually start disabling our follower one and the enemies soon. So basically, we'll have a few different types of villages. So we can have like a blacksmith, or we can have a a worker, a trader, whatever we need. So if we go to our entities in our code folder and we create a new folder and we call it villages. Now we're gonna have a few type of villages, but for now we just want to have a new C# script and we'll call it basic villager. This is gonna be really easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have we can have a public transform home, and we'll just have a public void home, go home, and pretty much we just do we'll get to that part in a second. So if we go to our code folder and we go to our houses and then house, actually see how we got level manager and item manager. Let's create an empty game object, call it managers, and we'll just put these inside managers just to clean it up a little bit. If you duplicate level manager, we're gonna call villager manager. So go back to our entities, villages, create a new C# script and call it villager manager. So we're gonna do delete this and this, and we want to have a public enum villager types, and we just want to have basic worker, blacksmith, trader, shopkeeper. Ready? Sorry, no space. Shopkeeper, and we want up here a public that should be fine. And we also want a system.serializable, and we want public class villages. So this will pretty much give us our villager types. So we can just do a public string villager. Actually, we'll just do public game object villager, lowercase v, and we want a public villager types v type. So we can have up here a also just import our using system.collections.generic, and we want a public villager list of villagers villagers equals new list villagers. So that's pretty easy. In-house, what we want to do is we want to have a void spawn family, and so basically we're just gonna have a public class house villagers family, house family, and also make this system.serializable. possible. And we pretty much just do a public villager type. Villager type, yeah, that's fine. And then a public string, actually put that before, public string first name and public string last name, and we just do down here v type. In here we just want a public string first name, public string last name. So in-house, import the using system.collections.generic, and then spawn family is where we'll go next. So basically we want to do public list of family, house family, h family equals new list h family. So we just do it for each house family hf in h family. We just do we check. So in villager manager we want to have a public static villagers get find villager find villager by villager type. It's an extremely long one, and we just want a villager villager types v type. Is that fine? And basically we just return null for now, just to check if we have any errors, and that works. So basically we want to do a villagers v is equal to new villagers actually in villagers create a new C# script and call it villager, and then up here we just do basic villager extends the villager, and we can take all of that and put it into villager class. Sorry. Alrighty, so we have a villager class. In here we just do public, yeah, that'd be fine. And we'll just make this return a villager. So we do for each villagers v in what do we call it, villagers. Then we just pretty much just do that. Villagers vv, and we do if vv dot villager v type is equal to v type, then we just do v is equal to vv. And basically if we want to do if v does not equal null, then we do something, else we return null. So here we want to return, we can actually just do that. We just want to return v dot villager dot get component villager. So that will get us our villager. So if we go to our house, for each house family HF in family, we do that returns find villager by villager type, and then we can copy that and we can make this public static a game object, and here we can just return g dot villager. That'll work. So we can find villager by find villager game object by villager type. So in house we just want to instantiate villager manager dot find villager game object by villager type hf dot vtype, and we want to instantiate it at a new vector 2 of house dot house dot transform dot position dot y take 5, and then transport dot position dot x, and we can just do quaternion dot identity, and that should be fine. That will instantiate our villager at the given location. Villager manager 20. Could we just remove static, or seconds. Go to villager manager, remove static on both of these things, and up here just do public villager manager, and just copy that and put that there, and that should work. So we clear that and we go to our house. Actually, we're gonna have to make a duplicate the follower mob, and let's put them at 4. Remove the follower mob script and add a basic villager script, and we'll just call him Ricardo Johnson. We'll set the home in script, and we'll call this basic villager. And we go to our prefabs, and we just, basic villager. In our prefabs, create a new folder called villagers, because we're gonna have a few types of villagers. If we go to our villager manager, remove the level script from there, and add ourselves a villager manager. For now, we're only gonna have one type of villager. So for now, let's give them that. And you'll see here we have all these different types. So we're gonna have basic. In our house, we're gonna have 2 people. We're gonna have Ricardo Johnson, and we're gonna have Jerry Jerry Fabrio. I can't think of names off the top of my head. And for villager manager, we just add that. Okay. So if we delete basic villager, so we have a fallback name, Ricardo Johnson. So instantiate villager manager find villager game object by villager type hf v type. Yep. For now, in our basic villager, he's not gonna have a home at the current time. But if we go save, if we click play, we should have a basic villager. But we don't. House family HF in H family. 2 seconds. Silly mistake. Forgot to call a function. That was really silly. So if we go to house and we just type spawn family in our start function. So if we click play now, we should see that we have 2 basic villagers. They didn't exactly spawn where I wanted them to. But that is fine, I suppose. Yeah, let's fix that, shall we? Entity. Make a villager also an extension of entity, just so, yeah. Yeah. Go back to our basic villager and make his health 100 and a speed 5. So if we click play, go to scene, we should be able to see him go inside the house technically. But no. Okay. Let's start by fixing our instantiating. So if we just change that to 2, maybe that's the problem. Radio. Oh right, because that's gonna be X, and then that one's gonna be Y. Silly mistake again. For this one, just make this take 3. That'd be better. So if we click play, sorry, and we made this one take 3, and then we click play. We go into our scene, and you see they both spawn there. Alright. So basically, in basic villager, if we have a go home, let's have a public actually first we need to set the home actually. In villager manager his home is a transform. So if we just do make it a game object, vil is equal to that, and at the end of this we make it as game object. So if we do vil.get component, and then we can do villager, we can do .home is equal to transform.position, I believe. That should work. So we click play, go to our basic villager here. His house is the house that we have set. Yeah, so that's good. And then basically, yeah, well, that's how we do it. How we're going for time. Alrighty, so we set the house and go home. We just want nothing really at this current time. So this basic villager is just gonna be our basic villager. They do nothing. It was just there for us to test. So in next episode, we'll start adding the villager types and possibly work on trading. And also in the next episode, we're gonna start generalizing our characters so they'll be white, etc. And sorry, the shirts would be white, the pants would be like green, the shoes would be red, the skin would be a color, and then in code, in our C# code, we can change the color based on variables that we set over here. So let's say we wanted this guy's shirt to be purple. We just change shirt color to be purple in here. And yeah, that's how we can do it. Okay, I've been Storm. That's another long episode. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully next episode we can make it shorter. Probably not though. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.